Vice President-elect JD Vance taking the stage.
I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback.
Now set to be America's 50th VP after an unlikely journey into politics and transformation from Trump critic to fierce ally.
That's Donald J. Trump, and that's our guy for President of the United States.
Vance's rise to prominence, born out of his best-selling book, Hillbilly Elegy, about his small-town upbringing in Ohio, raised by his grandmother in poverty, while his mom battled drug addiction.
I will be a vice president who never forgets where he came from.
In 2016, he was a staple on TV screens, explaining Trump's appeal with a warning.
I can't stomach Trump. I think that he's noxious and is leading the white working class to a very dark place.
Once even privately referring to Trump as, quote, America's Hitler.
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him.
Do we love this guy?
But by 2022, Vance courting Trump's endorsement as he ran for Senate.
How much credit will Trump deserve if you pull off this win?
Oh, he'll deserve a lot of credit, right? I think his endorsement is very powerful.
Quickly becoming a close ally to the Trump-aligned wing of the GOP. As one of Trump's most reliable Senate supporters, Trump picked him for VP at the heavy urging of his son, Don Jr.
I officially accept your nomination to be Vice President of the United States of America.
But some of Vance's past comments about childless women haunting Trump's campaign as it struggled with female voters.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies.
But he earned high marks with his VP debate performance.
Kamala Harris is not running as a newcomer to politics. She is the sitting vice president.
Eventually becoming Trump's explainer-in-chief, like when Trump questioned whether Vice President Harris was black.
What I took it as was an attack on Kamala Harris being a chameleon.
Vance has signaled some of his policy priorities. He opposes additional U.S. financial aid to Ukraine and has called for a mass firing of federal civil workers who do not support Trump's agenda. Trump praising his pick overnight.
He's turned out to be a good choice. I took a little heat at the beginning, but he was, I knew the brain was a good one, about as good as it gets.
Vance has 3 kids with his wife, Usha, and is the first veteran of the Iraq War to serve on a presidential ticket, and now the potential heir apparent to Trump's movement.
Now, when JD Vance took the stage last night alongside Donald Trump, to the crowd there, he said that he witnessed probably, quote, the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America. Now, there have been questions for years about who could take the baton from Donald Trump for the MAGA movement. JD Vance appearing to be that man. And now, of course, with Donald Trump and Vance going into the White House come next year, that conversation will be delayed a little bit. But he is going to be that heir apparent, now serving in the capacity that Mike Pence once served, but now at just the age of 40. Clearly a future for this movement well beyond Donald Trump.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.